Mazda's new hybrid system versus Toyota. Did Mazda just beat the king? Here's the twist. The best hybrid isn't just the one with the best MPG number. It's the one that's engineered to survive real owners, real heat, real traffic, and real skipped maintenance, while still feeling good to drive. Let's break this down. If you want to understand cars before you buy them, you're in the right place. Subscribe, because every car has a story, and we're here to decode it so you don't waste money. Now, before we even compare Mazda to Toyota, we need two quick facts that most people miss. Fact number one, Toyota didn't become the hybrid king because they invented a battery. They became king because they mastered control software, thermal management, and a transmission design that avoids the usual wear points. Fact number two, Mazda isn't building hybrids to copy Toyota's personality. Mazda's entire brand is built around feel, so their hybrid strategy is about making electrification still feel like a Mazda, not a Prius. And this is exactly why you should share this video with a friend. Most hybrid debates online are just fanboys arguing MPG numbers. If your friend is cross-shopping a Toyota hybrid for peace of mind versus a Mazda for driving feel, this breakdown will save them from buying the right tech for the wrong lifestyle. Alright, here's what nobody tells you. I used to work on cars, and the reason I respect Toyota hybrids isn't because they're exciting, it's because they're boring in the best way. The ones that come in with huge mileage usually have the same story. The system is simple, it stays cool, and it tolerates average owners. But I also get why people are suddenly paying attention to Mazda. Mazda has been quietly making some of the best normal engines and chassis tuning in the mainstream market, and now they're trying to bring that same vibe into hybrids. So the question isn't just, is Mazda's new hybrid better? The real question is, better at what? Because Toyota's definition of better is usually durability and efficiency. Mazda's definition of better is often response, feel, and driver confidence. So let's define the playing field. Part 1. What makes Toyota the hybrid king in the first place? Toyota's core hybrid setup in the simple, non-technical version is built around three big ideas. Number 1. The e-CVT power split design is mechanically simple. Toyota's classic hybrid system doesn't shift gears like a normal automatic. It uses a planetary gear set and motor generators to blend engine power and electric power. Translation: fewer clutches, fewer shift events, and generally less of the automatic transmission drama you see in other designs over high mileage. Number 2. Conservative engineering beats heroic engineering. Toyota rarely chases the most aggressive tune. They aim for repeatable operation, predictable temperatures, and long-term tolerance. That matters because hybrid systems live and die by heat. Batteries hate heat, power electronics hate heat, and engines in hybrids go through constant start-stop heat cycles. Toyota designs for that reality. Number 3. Toyota's real weapon is software and control logic. This is where it gets interesting. The magic isn't the battery capacity. It's how the car decides when to run the engine, when to load it hard versus lightly, when to charge the battery, how to blend regen braking smoothly, how to protect the pack when it's hot or cold. Toyota has decades of real-world data refining those decisions, and that refinement shows up as "it just works." So, if we're judging like a mechanic, Toyota is king because their hybrid system is simple enough to last, smart enough to protect itself, and proven enough that the failure patterns are well understood. Now, let's talk about Mazda, because Mazda is coming at this from a different angle. Part 2. What Mazda hybrid actually means right now, because it's not one single system. Most people say Mazda's new hybrid like it's one thing. In reality, Mazda has been using multiple electrified approaches depending on the model and market. Generally speaking, Mazda's hybrid story splits into 3 lanes. Lane 1. Mild hybrids. These are not full hybrids like a Prius. They assist the engine, smooth stop-start, and can improve efficiency a bit, but they don't give you long electric-only driving in city traffic. Lane 2. Plug-in hybrids. Mazda's larger platform plug-in hybrids are designed to deliver strong torque and a premium driving experience. They can be quick, smooth, and quiet, but complexity and first-generation learning curves are real considerations. Lane 3. Full hybrids. This is the direct Toyota-style comparison people care about, a non-plug-in hybrid that can run electric at low speeds and blend power for efficiency. And depending on the specific Mazda model and year, that full hybrid system may be Mazda developed or it may involve partnership tech. So when someone claims Mazda beat Toyota, you have to ask, which Mazda hybrid system are we actually talking about? Because Mazda hybrid isn't a single blueprint the way Toyota hybrid synergy drive basically is. Now let's compare what matters to buyers.
Part 3. Efficiency. Did Mazda beat Toyota at the thing Toyota cares about most? If the only scoreboard is city MPG, Toyota is still the benchmark in most cases. Toyota has optimized hybrids for exactly the scenario hybrids dominate: stop-and-go driving where regenerative braking and engine off time give huge gains. Mazda, historically, has optimized for natural throttle response, predictable power delivery, and a more connected steering and chassis feel. Those priorities don't automatically produce class-leading MPG. Sometimes they do. Often they produce a car people enjoy driving more even if it uses a bit more fuel. So from an engineering perspective, the honest answer is Mazda can absolutely build a competitive hybrid, but beating Toyota on raw efficiency is hard because Toyota has been polishing that one skill for decades. Part 4. Driving feel. This is where Mazda can punch above its weight. Here's the part Toyota fans don't always admit. A lot of Toyota hybrids feel appliance-like: efficient, smooth, dependable, but not engaging. Mazda's entire brand is built on not feeling like an appliance. So if Mazda's hybrid calibration prioritizes more linear throttle mapping, more natural engine-to-wheel relationship, less rubber band sensation under acceleration, more predictable braking feel blending regen and friction brakes, then Mazda could beat Toyota for the buyer who cares about confidence and feel more than squeezing every last MPG. Visualize it like this. Imagine two hybrids merging onto a highway. One chooses maximum efficiency and lets the powertrain do whatever it needs to hit the target. The other tries to make the response feel natural even if it costs a little efficiency. Neither is wrong. They're optimized for different humans. Most people miss this part. The best hybrid depends on who's driving it. Part 5. Reliability. Mazda can be great, but Toyota's advantage is time. Let's be brutally fair. Toyota's biggest advantage isn't that nobody else can design a hybrid. It's that Toyota has had time to find the weak points, redesign them, update parts quietly, refine software across millions of vehicles, build a global service ecosystem around known patterns. That's not marketing, that's field data. So if Mazda is launching a newer full hybrid system, the question becomes, how conservative is it? How well is it cooled? How overbuilt are the key components? How quickly will software and calibration mature? Because first-generation systems from any brand are where unexpected patterns show up. This doesn't mean don't buy Mazda. It means if you're shopping Mazda's newest hybrid tech, you should price in a little more uncertainty than with Toyota's most established hybrid setups. Part 6. The myth-busting section nobody wants to hear. Myth 1. If it's a hybrid, it's automatically more reliable. Not automatically. Hybrids can reduce wear in some areas, like brakes, but they add new systems, high-voltage components, extra cooling, more complex control logic. Toyota tends to manage that complexity better because they designed for long life first. Mazda may prioritize feel more, and that can be totally fine, but it changes the trade-off. Myth 2. The car with the higher horsepower is the better hybrid. Power is easy to sell. Longevity is harder to advertise. A hybrid system that feels strong today but runs hot, cycles the battery aggressively, or pushes components closer to the edge may not age as gracefully. That's why Toyota's boring approach wins long-term. Myth 3. MPG is the whole story. If you drive mostly highway, the hybrid advantage shrinks. If you drive mostly city, it grows. If you do lots of short trips, warm-up strategy matters. Your use case decides which hybrid is better, not the comment section. Part 7. Real-world buyer advice. Which one should you pick? Pick Toyota if you want the most proven long-term hybrid system, consistently high real-world efficiency, especially in the city, strong resale value tied to hybrid reputation, a just drive-it ownership experience in most cases. Pick Mazda if you want a hybrid that's more likely to feel like a driver's car. More emphasis on steering, chassis tuning, and natural response. A different design philosophy that might suit your preferences better than Toyota's appliance vibe. And here's my practical rule. If you're risk-averse and you keep cars a long time, Toyota's proven hybrid system is still the safer bet. If you value driving feel and you're okay being earlier in the learning curve on newer systems, Mazda may be the more satisfying buy. Summary: did Mazda just beat the king? On pure hybrid efficiency and proven durability across decades, Toyota is still the king. But on the hybrid that doesn't feel like a hybrid driving experience, the part normal people notice every day, Mazda has a real chance to beat Toyota for the right buyer. So the real brutal truth is, Mazda doesn't need to dethrone Toyota in engineering trophies. They just need to build a hybrid that fits Mazda people better than Toyota fits them. If you learned something here, subscribe. Next, I'll break down what to look for on a test drive to tell whether a hybrid system is tuned for longevity, tuned for feel, or tuned for marketing. And share this video with a friend who's shopping Toyota versus Mazda right now, because it's not a brand debate, it's a lifestyle match, and this breakdown helps them pick the right system for the way they actually drive.